In the year 3278, humanity had become a sprawling interstellar empire, mastering the stars, but often forgetting its roots. Among its many endeavors was a brutal tradition, capturing rare alien creatures for war and entertainment. The most fearsome of these creatures was the Zaryxian Drakelord, a dragon-like alien species known for their immense power and telepathic intelligence. For centuries, the last known Drakelord had been enslaved by the Terran military, kept in cryostasis, and only awakened for catastrophic battles. The being, known as Xylarith, was a weapon of mass destruction, forced to obey through a neural control implant. No one saw it as anything more than a tool, until Commander Rian Kane did. The Liberation. Rian was a decorated soldier, known for his strategic mind and iron will. Yet his heart burned with unease every time he saw Xylarith deployed. It wasn't just the dragon's devastating power that haunted him, but the pain and rage that shimmered in its glowing crimson eyes. On a covert mission to repel a rogue alien invasion, Xylarith was brought out of stasis. During the battle, Rian's dropship was down near Xylarith's containment chamber. For the first time, Rian saw the beast up close, not as a raging monster, but as a sentient creature bound in cruel chains. With the implant damaged in combat, Xylarith's mind connected with Rian's in a burst of unfiltered emotion. Memories of torment, loss, and captivity flooded Rian's thoughts. He realized that Xylarith wasn't just a beast. It was a prisoner of war who had outlived its captors. Defying orders, Rian sabotaged the Terran control systems and released Xylarith. The dragon's roar shook the battlefield as it shattered its bonds. Instead of turning on Rian, Xylarith hesitated, its fiery gaze locking onto his. Through their telepathic link, Rian conveyed a single thought: "You're free." The aftermath. The liberation caused chaos. Xylarith obliterated the alien invaders, but refused to harm Rian or his squad. The Terran fleet, however, branded Rian a traitor. He and his team barely escaped aboard a stolen ship, with Xylarith following them into deep space. The Terran government declared Rian and Xylarith outlaws, spreading propaganda that the Drakelord was a dangerous fugitive. Bounties were placed on Rian's head, and mercenaries hunted them relentlessly. Xylarith, though free, struggled with centuries of trauma. Its telepathic connection with Rian deepened, and they began to understand each other's pain. Rian confessed his guilt for serving an empire that enslaved beings like Xylarith, while the dragon shared its grief for a world lost to time. In time, their bond evolved into a partnership. Rian's strategic brilliance combined with Xylarith's power made them unstoppable. They became a symbol of rebellion, rallying other oppressed species across the galaxy. The Reckoning. Years passed, and Rian and Xylarith grew into legends. The resistance they inspired snowballed into a galaxy-wide uprising. Terran strongholds fell, and enslaved beings were freed. Yet, Rian knew the war couldn't end without dismantling the corrupt empire at its core. In a climactic battle above Terra itself, Rian and Xylarith led the charge. The Terran government unleashed its entire fleet to stop them, deploying new experimental weapons designed to kill Xylarith. But the Drakelord had evolved, fueled by the shared will of countless liberated minds. Together, Rian and Xylarith destroyed the flagship that housed the Empire's leadership, breaking the Terran regime. What happened next? With the Empire's collapse, the galaxy faced a new challenge: rebuilding. Xylarith chose to leave the spotlight, retreating to the ruins of its homeworld to grieve and rebuild its species. Before departing, it shared a final thought with Rian: "You gave me freedom. Now I give you purpose." Led them well. Rian stayed behind, becoming a unifying figure among the fractured systems. He worked to forge alliances between species once divided by war and slavery, using the lessons he learned from Xylarith to guide his actions. Decades later, Rian would tell stories of the Drakelord to a new generation of leaders. Some called it myth, others called it history. But for Rian, it was a reminder of the bond that changed not just his life but the fate of the galaxy. And on a quiet night, under a sky full of stars, He would sometimes feel a familiar presence in his mind, a silent roar of approval from an old friend.